Buddy, and welcome to another game of Fury of Dracula, part of the Duos and Dark Calls tournament experience. And with me today is the always perspicacious, frequently efficacious, never ungracious Fangs of Fire. Say hello to the nice people, Fangs of Fire.
Hello, everyone, and that is quite a flattering way to put it, Gyro.
Thank you. Today we've got Mettking playing the Hunters, and he's going up against the always unflappable Pizzawizard. So let's see if he can be flapped.
Yeah. Apparently, these two have a very old rivalry between them,
Is
from
that
what I've
right?
heard.
Yeah, it goes back to the 2023 league probably.
Yeah, I don't know the full details of it myself, but this is apparently something around 5, with them being 2-2.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I'm guessing, like in regards to tournament games,
Bit
but
of a, bit of a grudge match.
yeah. Macking thinks that he can use Pizzawizard's Hunter Shot against him.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we got Dr. Stewart in Bordeaux. Interesting. Ooh,
Nope.
he's not present.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one.
Yeah, both of them, both Mettking and Pizzawizard. I mean, Pizzawizard, if any of you have followed our community for any even a small length of time, you'll already know several things about Pizzawizard, uh, but one way or another, Mettking has been part of the community for a similar length of time, as from what I've heard, longer than I have in a event, and he has also a. I recall that he was one of the finalists for 2024. No, not 2024, 2023 league. Eh. He
That's
did not.
right.
Yeah.
He came in fourth, just ahead of me.
Which Pizzawizard won that one, but that was only because Scotswood wasn't competing.
Oh, is that right? Is that a fact?
I mean, that's what the data says. Has always been, and Pizzawizard running up right behind him. When Scotswood does compete.
It's quite the observation. Mina gonna get an event card now? What's she getting? So,
Oh,
Sister Agatha?
Aggie. Okay.
Now it's 5 hunters versus Dracula.
Kind of. Yeah, the usual week one rigmarole of flying, ticketing, and so on.
The old setup stage. Hey Jordy, welcome. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you have fun. Let us know where you think Dracula is. There's the dark call. Give the people what they want.
Interesting.
Oh, but she doesn't even have an event card. That's a
No.
little unfortunate.
Yeah. On the other hand, he can shift her so that she can't scan the east.
Yeah,
And we'll have to move to do
but
so.
what is that gonna do? I mean, he
By moving her
he
to a
had to
small
dark
town.
call just to do that anyway.
I mean, yes, it is basically it's more substantial than it looks. You don't need to take anything away for it to, like, say you were to dark call day one and Mina for some reason didn't supply. Uh, it's it is still at the very least a nuisance.
Yeah, a
It's not
nuisance.
it's not nothing.
It's not what
It's
you were
never
really hoping
nothing.
for, though, I think. Yeah, you steal her pistol and you deny her a day of supply, but it's not exactly the devastating blow you're hoping for.
Well,
But what are you gonna do? You never know what the card's gonna be.
yeah.
It's
I
part of
mean,
the fun.
when I played Pizzawizard, I ended up getting. I actually don't think I dark called, but I ended up maturing a hoax for for Dracula's brides, and the ally was in play for a long time, helping me cycle my Dracula encounters like crazy. Very fun game, even though I lost in
Yeah,
the end.
yeah, that was a good one to watch. You washed through that deck. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I placed a total of like 5 fogs throughout the game.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think a lot of people just undervalue, and that's Dracula encounter economy. I
Yeah.
they far too many people just accept that sooner or later they are going to have to deal with having nothing but like rats, wolves, and the like. I mean, wolves aren't bad per se, but they aren't exactly great either. I
Yeah, good use of desecrated soil and a little luck with your event cards can really make the difference there.
Yep. It's also That's also where layer cycling comes. The primary purpose of layer cycling,
Right.
at least unless that is your Spencer Wakajic.
Yeah, if you can get lots and lots of layers going, that'll quickly add up into having good card selection.
Yep. Or just even if you don't, you can and you're actually playing the layers. You can and like there's only those small things do stack up. Like
Well, you can do both.
they can only do,
You know, I mean,
yes.
you can put down like reckless vampires or whatever in your layers. You can put good cards in your layers and still be trying to draw into the better cards like bats and fog.
Yeah, I had a fun game versus Snuffleupagus for my week 3 match. In that regard.
Okay, newspaper reports here. Newspaper reports.
uh,
Hired scouts.
oh, nope. Okay. Let me see. So then, not Sophia or
Brussels.
Brussels? Okay, checking it.
Interesting that you checked
Checking.
Brussels.
Checking. Well, checking Amsterdam Stars, Peace Wizards, since it's
Right,
Peace Wizard.
but what if you went to Cologne instead of Brussels?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I know, and that's what I was about to say. That if you're going to check one, you kind of have to check both.
Or just
Although,
or just check Amsterdam.
yeah, also true because you could be about to move into one of the two, with sitting on a
Yeah.
hide card right now.
Yeah, I'm confused by that. I mean, for all we know, he started in Brussels, moved to Amsterdam and misdirected it, and now he's in Cologne.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm not sure that that was the best and for that. But Sophia, I mean, I get it. It's a crossroads that is very frequent for Dracula to pass through if he starts in the east. That one I can get it. I get it. Like
Still
I don't
though,
mind you checking that
I
if
don't
if you're gonna just check one place in the east when there's more than one spot down, then uh,
It's not a big
then
jump.
Sophia is definitely a reasonable choice.
Still, even Sophia might be the one that was misdirected. Oh, he's throwing out the garlic wreaths. Okay, Harker, do you ally? Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, so that means that he does not have early newspaper.
Probably not. He's trashing on his cards. Drew 2 garlic wreaths and Jonathan Harker. What are you sad about, Mettking? Jonathan Harker's a good card.
He is. Especially at this phase of the game. Later
Yeah.
on, I would definitely say just search with him and use him as a mini hired scouts. Lit. But at this phase, especially if you do not have a newspaper, then it is definitely nice to have, so that you, at the very least, like for instance, especially when you're playing against. Where they are at all times.
Sorry, you cut out there.
I I was saying that this is especially nice. Oh well now.
What did he search with?
It's all wax cylinders.
Oh, his wax cylinders gave him away. So it's Athens.
Yep, it's always Athens. As you, I mean, either that or Salonika, or even Sarajevo in theory, but I seriously doubt that.
Yeah, no, Athens makes way more sense, yeah.
Yeah, I could see Salonika, but definitely not Sarajevo.
Sometimes you do Salonika just to, like, trick them into thinking it's Athens, but that's only because Athens is way better, because there's no train there.
Yeah, but as I was saying before that breakthrough, like Jonathan Arca can be especially helpful when you're facing someone like Spencer Wolfhard or Pizza or Wakat Adric. Not this is not, which obviously is not the case in this game, but it's very useful to know where the layers are, I
Mm-hmm.
and have them face up so you know which spots to avoid, or where he might be or which ones to go to if he's trying to cycle back to them.
Yeah, unknown layers can be a big pain in the butt.
Yep. No kidding.
So we got Athens, Dark Hall, Bologna, Hyde. I mean, he's probably in Sofia right now. Or
I would not
maybe
be
not.
surprised.
Yeah, no, that's where
I
my
would
money is, but he might have gone to Sarajevo instead. If I was him, I might be heading for Sarajevo. Because if you get in a fight tonight or tomorrow, that's not that bad. Okay, it's not Sarajevo.
yeah.
Because when there's no despair tokens on the board, Dracula can escape from combat with relative ease. And
Yeah.
you've still got until Sunday night before you get your first despair token on Monday. So it's really easy for him to satisfy his pride in the first week and escape.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mia's showing an escape route now, by the way.
Oh, okay, you don't say.
Huh. I'm guessing that's a newspaper he just drew.
Makes you say that.
The pause and prompt like that.
Mm.
It it's one of the few event cards that will cause that sort of thing when you draw it.
But he didn't play it at dusk to reveal Athens.
Well, since Mia goes last, it likely asked him immediately. I and since he already knows about Valona, why should he?
Well,
Especially and
you've got
also Harker.
Jonathan Harker will tell you. That's a good point. Okay,
Yeah.
so now he needs to
So
roll
therefore
a
he can
two on the
save it
horses.
for when he needs it, if he ever needs it at
Mm-hmm.
this point.
You've got to get a fast horse here, otherwise it's 7 points for Dracula.
Yeah. Yep.
Meanwhile, Dracula's what? Is he in Belgrade now? Is he in Bucharest? Did he go to Varna?
My
Or
guess is that he's
maybe,
currently at Sofia.
yeah, maybe he went to Salonika first and now he's in Sofia.
That would be my guess.
Okay, there's the big two. That's big here. Hey, we got Worm Talon in the chat, cheering on Mettking. Good to
Potentially
have you
Wolfram
here, buddy.
over. Alright. No ambush, okay.
So what's this, aristocratic? Or is that just what he wants him to think?
We'll find out in due time.
Always amazes me how quickly Dr. Seward gets to Munich.
What's that?
It always amazes me how quickly Dr. Seward gets to Munich. If I was Dracula and I'd gone to Sarajevo, you know, already I'm like, oh crap, Dr. Seward's here already. Cut me off.
Well, I expect that he isn't as Sarajevo, considering that that's where Goldaman came from.
Yeah, I know. I just mean, when you're Dracula and you start in the east and you think, all right, now I'm going to bolt straight through Munich and get out of the east as fast as I can, Dr. Seward's already gotten there.
Yeah, what's in Valona may very well mature, considering that Goldaman is delayed and therefore won't be able to act upon it until Valona's on the last spot.
He's going to have to go with
And
the hide card, yeah.
and Seward or Mina would need a sense of emergency or renewed vigor to get there in one day. So
You could have Seward and Godalming tackle it together.
I mean, yes, that is an option, but we'll see.
Yeah. I say you move Dr. Seward to 49, and then Godalming becomes undelayed. He can go check Valona, and if there's a bats or something nasty that pushes him away from it that implies a hoax, then you can have Dr. Seward take care of that.
Yeah. That is a way to do it.
I don't have too much problem with that anyway, because you're pushing Dr. Seward into range of Dracula anyway at that point. You want to burn him out of the east here, even if that means he jumps over you. I mean, he's gonna try to jump over you. You gotta think, right? Like, Dracula doesn't want to have to go to the Black Sea and sail 3 sea zones and land. He doesn't want that. He wants to just go to Zagreb in wolf form, you know?
Yeah. I think that if I were looking to jump over, in this case, I would likely be trying to go like Sofia, Belgrade, basically go up the yellow rail line until you're in Budapest.
Yeah, that wouldn't be such a bad plan either.
Interesting.
It's also
Interesting
possible
choice.
he's really trying to just seed up all of this zone with encounters, and then maybe he'll slink his way out, like from 28 to 11 to Zagreb, something like that. Okay, so now tomorrow it looks like he's committing to just having Godalming deal with Valona and the hide card.
Possibly as a forewarned, as his only
you
event.
know what? That could be it.
But
Maybe that's the ticket.
yes, but even if that is the case, I wouldn't be looking to use it this early.
Maybe. It could be a hoax. You know, you put down the aristocratic, you hope it delays. You put down the hoax and a hide card on top of it, like Bats or Saboteur or something like that. And now you're thinking, now my hoax will probably go through. And if they don't find any of it, well, at least my vampire scores 7 points. So it's sort of an insurance policy.
Does Pizzawizard a dark call again?
He does
Apparently so,
indeed.
yes.
Yeah. I actually don't think that's a
Not
bad move because you want something that's gonna wreak a little havoc right now. You want something to throw a wrench, a spanner in the works, so to speak.
yeah. Uh so yeah, I was not sure whether he would do that quite yet.
He rolls on the horses. Who must be really
Hmm.
good about the horse
Eh,
economy. It looks
eh,
like the horse economy got going quick. Oh, he's gonna ignore it.
I think he's just accepting that. So he did indeed go to Salonika first.
Interesting that he would ignore it.
Well, with a hide card, or that's probably going to be at the very least a saboteur. I I think that it makes sense.
Yeah. At least this way, if Dracula's gonna get the mature, at least you're not gonna have to suffer the penalty of moving there and also getting hit by an encounter.
Yeah. It was a newspaper. He just threw away the newspaper.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, Reckless and
Okay.
Sophia. Bum, bum, bum,
Hmm.
bum, bum, bum,
I'm
bum,
not
bum,
sure.
bum.
I was looking at the event deck, so I didn't see if there was any prompts. Could it have been a seduction?
Uh, no, he would have to be weakened for seduction to play.
No. That's not. It's. You can play seduction on any hunter, no matter. So long as they search a vampire. It doesn't matter what type. They get bitten.
Okay.
The reason it's on Mina is because she's already bitten.
Okay. I guess I forgot
That's
that part.
yeah. He could just use it to simply inflict a bite.
Right. I'm thinking of vampiric influence that only works on the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better. It is better on somebody weakened,
Right.
but okay.
Escapes. See ya. Well, he took 4 damage. That's not insignificant. So where did he go? Did he go to 56?
I think he may have actually gone to Sarajevo, because keep in mind that that Golang moved down to Athens he was in when he moved to Sofia. Uh, so he had not yet made that third move after the hide. So he actually could be there, especially since Seward went to Sajed, not Sarajevo. Oh,
There
yep.
is the hoax. That's good play.
Yeah, and
Aristocratic
we
to
know
delay, hoax to capitalize on the delay.
simply do Vampiric Influence again, take away stakes, see what the rest of these are, or something or another.
Surprising that he went to Athens to deal with the vampire without a stake. Like, what was he gonna do if it was a new vampire or reckless? Like, just run away?
I get the impression that I
Are you gonna fight it at night? I mean, you can. It's not like you can't do that.
yes, in that case he likely would have let it go after taking a bit of battering, but one can always hope. I mean, it's not all that unusual for someone to start with aristocratic. So
That's true too.
does Golami have a stake for this one?
Yeah, that hide card definitely had hoax written all over it. Well, not the card on the hide, but the Valona encounter. Okay,
Yeah.
he's moving.
No?
Okay, so
Hmm.
he didn't go 56 Dark Hall and then Constanza, so that tells us you're right about Sarajevo, or he went to Bucharest.
Mm, yeah. And yeah, what I'm expecting from Dracula tonight is
If he went Sarajevo and then
I or
Dark Hall, that's kind of wacky, isn't it?
not really. I mean, Goldon was going to be delayed the following day through the uh, through Athens, and maybe you hope that Stewart horses onto you to get an early fight, so that you can bash to Munich and then wolf form.
I don't know about that move. I would have just had Van Helsing check that out.
Yeah, but you want as many as possible if he is there.
That's true too.
And well, it also could have something to do with what sort of trail clearing gear each of them has.
True. Oh,
Yep.
so he did go to Sarajevo, but he didn't move to Zagreb. So he's in Belgrade. Or no,
Not
no, Dr.
necessarily.
Seward was
He's
just
back.
in Belgrade. He's gone back to
He's back.
Valona.
Yeah, he matured the hoax and then went back to Valona.
That's pretty
Uh,
clever. With the hide card still
yeah,
sitting on the trail.
yeah.
Yeah, so now what? Do you play the hide card in Valona again? Do you feed to make up some of this
Mm,
dark call damage? Do you go to the Adriatic and wolf form?
I.
Mettking cottoning on.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on what encounter he's sitting on. If you've got your fog, maybe you just feed.
Yeah, it really. Yeah, it really. What move you make definitely depends on what sort of encounter you got. And if you have another fog on hand, do you go to Athens? You have a lair there, and it still has a rumor token. Why not go if Why not go there and place a vampire there?
Ah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It keeps the rumor token.
So personally, I think that that's quite possibly the best way to do. I think that that would likely be the best way to do this because, you force them to come even deeper into the east.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to sea for a couple days, wolf form ashore. And you're gonna take quite a bit of damage
Yeah,
to be
that's the
sure.
thing. It's just
But
tricky because Dracula's down to 11. So you go to Athens, you go to sea, you're down to 9. You wolf form, you're down to 8. One more sea zone makes 7. I mean,
yeah,
that means that if the hunters can, like, if they can actually jump him in Athens, let's say he goes to Athens, right? He's going to have to play it face up because it's revealed. So if he does that,
yeah,
and they go renewed vigor, sense of emergency, they jump on him. I mean, they don't have to hit him for that much damage for it to be pretty catastrophic. Because then the whole plan is in shambles at that point. He can't really go 2 zones in wolf form.
well,
If they can just like
y-
work 6 damage onto him.
yeah. We do have to keep in mind that there are on two Drac events in play, so there could be things like, for instance, he could go to CAG and play a Summon Storms to keep them off him for a bit, uh, or pretend to be at
Yeah, but he has to get to Cag first. Come on, renewed vigor,
yeah,
Mettking. Kill him.
and then also like if we could have a, I suppose we would have seen a prompt by now. So, but if one of them
Here it is.
is wild
Here's Speedy
horses.
Telegraph. Now comes the renewed vigor.
All
Yup,
right,
yup. This is how you get
time
him.
for the game of forewarned. Who has forewarned?
But even I mean, what's even in Athens? It's probably double vampire. Do you really think he put a fog down or a vampire down when he layered it?
I
I feel like he put something else down and then
I
he
guess
came back.
this gives the impression
Oh, but
that
Valona could be bad. The Valona ambush could be meaningful.
I get the impression that he planned it to unfold this way. I so I would not be surprised if he had put a vampire of some sorts here to begin with. I
It's a
by
spy.
one of them is that is
Woof woof, buddy. Get him
rats.
out of here. I told you he didn't plan all that out. He put trash cards in his lair just like most people do, right? Yeah, sure, he might have been mega brain. I'm going to put a fog down now and return to it later, but it's so tough to get yourself to do that as Dracula because you're giving up such a good card in hopes that you'll be able to make good on that plan later on. Yeah, no rats, no spies. This is how you do it. Yeah, you gotta feel the ebb and flow of the game, and Mettking's doing a great job of that here. He knows that if Dracula gets
Yeah.
away now, the ball is very much in Dracula's court. But if we can strike hard and fast before he goes to sea, his options will become so much more limited due to his health pool.
Yeah, let's not forget that Aggie was drawn, and they could very well have a surprising return. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that he took Harker over Aggie seems to say that he did. I
I don't know. Even if I didn't have surprising return, I still probably would have taken Harker in hopes that I get the surprising return later on, because he didn't have the
okay.
newspapers. People
Lol.
presence, nice. Now get Mina in. There it is. Wow. And I mean, it's tough to blame Pizzawizard for taking a chance this early because the earlier you take your chances, the less likely the hunters will have the big card combo to stop you, right? So I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense to if you're going to do something risky, do it early. And there's
Yep.
surprising return, nice. But this time, I mean, sometimes all the best cards are sitting at the top of the deck, and the hunters just go, "Hey, there's renewed vigor, there's speedy telegraph, there's surprising return, there's Sister Agatha, there's planned ambush, there's sense of
Okay.
emergency."
Oh.
Little bit lucky on Metking's part, but he's also capitalizing on that luck very well here. We know where Dracula is. We know we're within range of him with our movement cards and renewed vigor all together. So we're gonna capitalize.
Yeah.
This could be a quick one, folks.
It very well could be.
Going after
But
the old man.
well, yeah, going after the only one who does not have planned ambush.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
busts his rifle.
No gun for you.
Okay, and now I imagine there'll be a heavenly host here. Either that or a knife. I mean, okay, is this a holy bullets thing then? Very ironic if so. So really, the best thing Stewart had to play was a rifle, was a pistol. That's interesting. Okay, ouch. So, yeah, with Aggie in play, he can't heal off of Fangs. So, if two of them can put together 5 damage worth, if any pair of them can put together 5 damage worth, it's already over. If not, then he has.
It's already over.
Yeah,
It's
it's
over. There's nothing
yeah,
Dracula can do at this point. They could all run
yeah. Even
away. Doesn't matter.
even even if they were to do triple punch, which seems to be the case here,
Yeah.
or at least so far as
Sorry
Mia
to
goes.
spoil the ending for you folks, but it's like I said, Dracula had a plan, and the one flaw in his plan was if they jump him now and damage him now, he won't have enough health to enact the rest of the plan.
However, it may not yet be completely over, because this is now it's round 3, and if you can guess, so long as they don't all have anti-bat weapons, keep in mind that Van Helsing's rifle was busted. Does he have another anti-bat thing?
Is he gonna escape as a bat against Van Helsing and then wolf form?
Or,
Okay.
or for that matter, he could just does he have the escape as miss card?
Nah, that won't help.
He'll take 2 damage from Aggie, but he will at least get to misdirect Valona and lay down a new encounter card there.
You're right. He has the event cards too. So the event cards, if he's got a Darkness Returns, if he has an Unearthly Swiftness,
Unearthly Swiftness.
there could
Darkness
still potentially be a path for Dracula here.
Yeah.
It's just very slim. Yeah, I mean, escape is a bat against Van Helsing, I guess, and then you bat away, you take your 2 damage, you feed and play Darkness Returns, then you wolf form. This is very questionable.
There have been ridiculous comebacks before.
Escape is missed.
Alright. Yeah, Aggie sets him down to 1, so he can't wolf form, but are these events good enough to get him enough? That's the question.
Is he gonna get CG'd right now?
Yeah, that's another thing. If they can put a CG token on Valona, he'll have nothing to do but to feed, or place down a face-up hide card with no encounter. Apparently that's not going to happen, fortunately for Pizzawizard.
Mina and Van Helsing trading.
Yeah, all of them spent 1 item in that conflict. Van Helsing's rifle got busted. Seward lost something. I'm not sure. Oh wait, yeah, that was he lost dogs to the encounters, and Mina spent the Heavenly Host deal 4. And the last of those is not the most significant thing, but since the thing that she's showing,
matured.
Well.
That does change the calculus a little bit.
Yeah, so now he can go to the Ionian Sea and slip away to the west. And with them all the way at the tip of the east, it will take them a few days to get back and catch up.
Yeah,
maybe
I spoke too soon.
Yeah, Gyro.
Still though, where's he gonna go? The Turanian Sea and then land in Cag?
That's... I think what I would expect is go Turanian Sea, go to Genoa, feed there, then wolf form.
Well, you'd go to 36 first, and then wolf form from there, if you have the time.
Well, yeah. Probably, fair enough.
Better wolf form. Okay, let's see what we got in Valona. Vampire. Okay.
Yeah.
We still got a game here, people.
Yeah, we still got a game. I mean, this isn't the first time that Draco's barely slipped away.
He's all bloody and weak and hobbles up to a ship. Excuse me, I'd like to charter passage. Yeah, punch her. For the record, my channel does not condone violence against women. But if they're undead, then it's slightly more okay. It's passable.
Hey. Your channel does not condone being a comedian either, does it?
I guess not.
Uh,
Runs away.
for any who may not follow that remark, Gyro is always posting the most ridiculous memes and that is going to slow them down quite a bit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
now
will
is
it
that
though?
if they want to follow him
You can follow him
immediately,
by sea.
this will buy him the time he needs to go to Genoa safely. I mean, Goldaming, I suppose, is still a threat if Heroic Leap is around. But he is now the only one. Now that Reckless is now going to mature. I give him 4 points.
That's one that you just let him have. Yeah, you can't win a
give
game.
Him another. He just gave him another
nice
Dracula.
applied, you're right. Wow, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, gave him another. Wait, in which case, right, Hidden Schemes was the one we saw.
Right, he put a fog down on Alona. I mean, you can't win a game of chess without losing a few pieces. You let him have Sophia as part of the plan. That's not that big a deal.
Yeah, but here's the question:
I would have sent.
Does he take it?
Just what do you mean?
Does he layer it so as to keep them busy in the west a little bit, east a little bit longer?
Well, yeah. I mean, it all depends on what's in Sarajevo, of course. Because honestly, I wouldn't even go after that new vampire either. Well, I might kill the new vampire. It depends on. I mean, Mina has a stake, so that
Mina
is
showing
bad.
a stake, so that's no problem to
Yeah,
deal with.
you just go for that.
So, the question is, will he mature it or not?
I think he will, because exactly what we just said. Mina has the stake.
Well, yes.
It's you take this one or you take nothing.
But do you want to buy more time because Gul'dan will be the only one that can stop Sarajevo maturing to do the fog. So do you want to stop him like using, for instance, a chartered carriage that would take him directly to Venice?
Well, that answers that. I mean, I guess he's supplying because they need new items to fight Dracula with. That makes sense. But on the other hand, I kind of like the idea of pursuing Dracula by sea here. Then again, there is always the very slim chance he actually did go Black Sea, which is like kind of throwing the game, so I don't think he did that, but it's always possible.
Well, there's my trail.
There's Money Trail. Turanian.
Turanian? Yeah. Yep. Makes logical sense.
Now you excellent weather. But there's still 47 event cards left. I mean, does he really have all that? He just has all the nuts?
Yeah, he
had them already.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if they do have excellent weather, he could. I mean, if I am Dracula and one of those cards is Summon Storms, I would land at Genoa and then I would place a Storm the Adriatic to make sure they can't follow that route anytime soon. Buy more time. And then, honestly, this might be a reasonable time for a roadblock. Block off block off the eastern roads to Munich and the rail from Vienna to Venice. Although, due to the lack of prompts when those cards were drawn, I'm not sure whether that's what it is. That's actually a good way of putting it, Pizzawizard.
Sitting there at his mighty 1 hit point.
Yeah, so Pizzawizard is forced to land, but and land normal, so the CG is weaker because of the Mina using it in combat. Using one host in combat. So therefore worst case scenario, he forces him out of Genoa into Florence or Venice, I think. Possibly Milan or Venice? Question mark. Don't know. But he would definitely like place a permanent token at Marseille, more likely than not. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Gul'dami
think
is.
you would block 36, 20, 25.
I'm not so sure about Florence because that's
Yeah, that's a
okay.
good point. It's almost like if he wants to go to Florence, let him. You can just chase him down into the boot, finish him off there.
Yeah, that would mean that Dracula's committing to going to sea relatively soon. Anyway,
Those rumors proved useful.
useful in air quotes.
The old Transylvanian proverb says Snuff. Go west, young man. He's an old man, you know. He's like a
Oh,
300-year-old man.
oh, a bit late. Mettking ranting at Rufus.
Yeah,
Uh,
if only, man. That
yep,
would have.
making it so
But I
they
mean,
can't
you can't
hide.
have everything, right? You had the renewed vigor, you had the sense of emergency, you had the two planned ambushes, you had
Aggie.
so much surprising return, Agatha. You had so much with still so many cards left in the deck. It's tough to feel cheated because Rufus didn't come out early too.
Yeah. Yeah, because that would have, if he had drawn that when he went to the Ionian Sea, that would have forced into wolf form back onto Sophia, like Larret, Larret maybe, so it would have one more protective encounter, and lay down something else as well. Uh, yeah, you would have had the Reckless Vampire, whatever he laid there for when he layered it, and it's one more thing. So he would have had three things protecting him. And then you hidden schemes the fog into Valona. I mean, maybe. Yeah, so
Now you feed.
yeah, I would definitely. Or would I? This might sound a little bit weird, but I might move first
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you want. I think that's. I think
Obfuscation
what.
is your only friend here.
Yeah, was that will almost certainly be to Marseille. Very predictable in that sense. But after that, feed when you can are about to obfuscate most.
Or after you
So
just have. You know, you could. Well, he can't wolf form from 36 because his health is too low. But like, let's say he was at 2 hit points, right? You could wolf form from 36 and then feed because you've got the relative safety of them not knowing where you are
yeah,
as a
I
feed.
would either. So I would probably just go to Toulouse now. Uh, yeah, Dracula definitely needs to find an opening to feed, or have played a Desecrated Soil in Genoa and simply managed to evade them until that matures. Scouts? Oh,
36. There he
okay,
is.
was Marseille.
No surprise there.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, the fact that Goldong didn't go to Milan when he horsed seems to say to me that they don't have Heroic Leap. Reason being is that I mean he could have been at Milan in theory, so therefore why not try to provoke the fight and finish the job? Oh, whoops! Too much information.
Uh-oh. That's not what you want. I don't know. Like maybe she should have gone to sea by now. You know, I know nobody likes to travel by sea, but by the time she's in the Mediterranean, Dracula could be in Madrid. You
And what's
know,
more,
and at
there's
that point
I
you're in a
one
pretty good
one of them
position.
does have a horse, so I would have one of them be horsing out by now. It's possible that they've just been getting like garlic reeds and such that they toss away in the first go through,
Yeah,
so
but
they're just not ready yet.
Dracula's at 1 health. You could kill him with a garlic wreath practically.
I think that what Mettking is operating under is that he will be it will be a 2v1 already. 2v1 with Aggie. Oh, Darkness Returns.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was there. So basically 2v1 with Aggie on 4 HP is more than enough. And for all you know, might end up digging up heroic leap so that one of them will be enough.
Things are starting to escalate here.
Very much so. Yeah. Reminds me of a game I once played. I think you know which one, Jaro.
I forget.
Yeah, I'm referring to my game versus Scotsware in the Immortal Invitational.
Oh, right.
Eh, a game with some of the most biased commentators of all time.
Well, that is really saying something in this community.
I mean, consider at least it at least considering their comments. Eh,
Well, he's still got a little life in him, old Drac. He's not looking quite so
yeah.
bad.
So
His face is still
yeah.
a little
So
messed up, but
I would definitely wolf form now. Make there be definitely broad options as to where you might be. Uh,
yeah, yeah, I tend to agree.
Alternatively, since let me see, Seward has 2 events, but they've already spent one sense of emergency. Well, chances are low they have another. We haven't seen any charter carriages yet, though. What if you simply move normally and go to Geneva? Because Meking would likely assume that he's going to Toulouse but from Geneva, that you can go all sorts of directions from there, even opening up even more
Yes,
options.
but the problem there, I think, is that well, he's gonna wolf form. It looks
Yeah.
like the problem
Yep.
there is that Mettking might just decide I'm gonna check Geneva, and not as like a crazy fluke kind of decision. If you check Geneva, you confirm that Dracula is not moving north. Like he's not moving towards that central area. He's in fact heading further west, right?
Okay, using Harker to
With the exception
search.
of Milan, right? You still got
Not
Milan
checking.
there, but
Not at Saragossa. All right.
no, I bet he went to Bordeaux. That
My
way, I
my
bet.
guess actually would be my guess would be Strasbourg actually, because Seward can't get there, and now that you have a three 3 HP and like in a 1v1, it'll be very hard for you to be one-shotted. Oh,
I
slow horse.
My money's on Bordeaux because from Bordeaux, the next day you can go to Nantes. Next day you can go to Le Havre. He's got options
Yes, but
from there.
the problem with that is that like if they have a CG and you are forced to go into the North Atlantic, what do you do then?
Well, I mean that's just CG, man. That's the game. The game's the game.
I
What happens if
yeah,
you go to
that's just,
51 and they catch you there and they play CG and they force you to go to Nuremberg and then they kill you in Nuremberg or Zurich, right?
well, in the case of Strasbourg, there are so many different locations that it's really impossible to do much. I there will always be something. in the case of there only being two hunters in the city, where you will at the very least be able to place down an encounter. Whereas, yeah, in this case, to he definitely wants to buy more time and make it to be like going into week 4 before he like hypnosis
Italy.
Italia.
Okay.
So went to Venice. But
Venice, possibly Florence, maybe a phony, like a slow wolf form into Geneva or Zurich.
well, Zurich is where Goldaman came from, so not
Right, right,
Zurich.
right.
So he may have had the same thoughts as me concerning Geneva and gone there, because Seward was not going to get there that this turn without use of some event or another.
I like that prediction though, Wormtalon. Wormtalon said he might have gone Munich before Hypnosis was played. That's not a bad guess really, because you go to Munich, you confuse them into thinking you went further to the west, and actually you're heading back east. Hey Aruk, welcome to the party. It's actually been a really exciting game. Dracula started in Athens, as he always does every game, and then he worked his way back to Athens because he liked it so much. He just couldn't stay away. He had to go back. But the hunters punished him for that. They jumped on him in a big fight with renewed vigor. They beat him up really bad. He got away with 1 hit point, mature to desecrated soil. So he had just enough life to make it to Genoa. Then he went to Marseille and he played Darkness Returns and fed. Now we're trying to figure out what happened after that. Now they played Hypnosis,
And
so he's in Italy somewhere, probably Venice.
yeah, and what is more, Dracula still has two events left on him. Due to the hunters doing some night supplying after the fight. Okay, not Venice.
Did he go to Geneva like a sneaky rascal? Or did he go to Florence like a sneaky rascal?
I think that would be my guess. Because Florence, that's committing to going to sea, and he doesn't really have the health to do that.
No,
Uh,
yeah.
Florence and going down to the boot is to commit to go to sea again, which he really doesn't have the health to do. So therefore, I would be heading further north and inland. So I think that this is a fake wolf form to Geneva, and he went to Paris or Strasbourg after, and now he's about to move again. Or for that matter, possibly went into Zurich, since that's where simply moving where to the very spot Goldong vacated, which therefore will be like kind of checked off in Mecking's mental checklist.
Yeah, maybe
So
Paris.
yeah, to, the central map is my domain. You might to put in terms of playstyle knowledge. So
I think one thing that's becoming more apparent the more of these games I've played in and watched is that I think every good Dracula player needs to recognize how to use the center of the map and when to use the center of the map if you want to win. Because
yeah,
there's really, I almost feel like there's really no other way to win other than maybe England. Like if you can suss out that there's no CG or that CG's been used already, you can kind of also win by going to England. Oh, here's false
false
tip.
tip. Oh,
That's
do
going
they
to
have a good
cancel
luck?
chartered carriage. That's pretty cool. Good luck! Now we're playing some Fury of Dracula, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
Okay.
No,
All
you're
right.
going the wrong direction, though.
Well, here's the thing. Geneva,
No.
I think that he may be making a mistake that like practically everyone does. Geneva is not all that apparent as part of Italy. It sometimes looks as if it's in France.
And it's
So
technically in Switzerland?
I don't know that geography that well, so I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
You're a Fury of
But
Dracula player. You gotta know your European geography.
well, then what on earth is Baltica?
Oh,
Huh?
all right. Don't get started on that, okay? The poor game developers, they tried very hard. Their brains were really tired from from designing Great Wolf and Garlic Wreath. They were running out of steam when they called it Baltica.
Oh.
Okay. Ah,
Uh.
what? Seward can't
Oh.
take a chartered carriage.
All right. I know why. He has only white ones, and he's on a place with only yellow connections.
I don't
Be,
know if we should contribute that though. I don't know
yeah,
if that's even
Pizzawizard
a
has it
bug.
already.
I mean, I have to check the card text again, but honestly, let me see.
Yeah,
Play before you move by railway. Well, guess what? If you have no yellow tickets and you're on a
you
yellow
can't
rail
move.
line, you can't
You
move by
can't.
railway.
Yeah.
So I
So
don't
therefore,
think that's a bug at all. I think that's
nor do I. I
intended.
think that's
No, Matt, you're getting fooled. Getting
yep.
fooled.
And by now he knows that because he was in Genoa and Venice, and now he's checked both Rome and Bari.
Snuff says
Or
Geneva
you're
is in a French-speaking part of Switzerland. Well, Snuff, I didn't ask what they speak there, okay, Mr. Smart Alec. I only asked where it is.
well. Yeah. So okay. Seward, make sure to keep some more of those doggos with you. You're likely gonna get spied on at
Yeah,
some point.
this is unfortunate.
Because now Pizzawizard, due to that uh exchange of dialogue between them, knows that Seward is holding 2 white 1 tickets, and therefore he will want to target him with spies, try to get them out of him, mess up the horses.
I mean, it's tough to blame him for heading into Italy, but
Oh.
at the very least, I feel like you could have checked Florence first. You know, you could confirm your suspicions about Florence before chartered carriaging straight all the way to Bari. Because now you're in Bari. He's stuck in Bari.
Yeah. So it seems as if at this point we actually now know for sure that it is Geneva, since now that they've checked.
Unless it was Milan.
Oh, they didn't deal with Genoa, and they are punished hard because now with 6 HP he is out of heroic leap range. So this is now slowly but surely turning back to Pizzawizard's
Not to
side.
mention, we've got a rumor token in 36. So what's the plan with that, Mettking? Like, you just gonna kill him in Italy and not have to worry about it?
I mean, I think that was the idea, but unfortunately, he thought that he didn't think of like fake wolf form, and to Geneva.
It's tough,
So
it's tough to blame him. I mean, you and I are sitting here talking about all the pros and cons of Florence and all that, and so it's easy for us to hash it out. It's different when you're a solo player in the middle of a high stakes game.
Yep.
But nonetheless, it is kind of a bit of an error. I mean, the chat saw it. Wormtalon saw it. If you go to Florence at 4, what was it? 3 health?
3.
I mean, you're doomed
3.
at that point. You're cooked.
Yeah, because like as I expressed, if you're going down into the boot, you are committing to going to sea. If you're going down to the boot with wolf form not available, you are 100% committing to going back out to sea, which he just did not have the HP to do. And now, okay.
And the thing is, even if he did, Fangs, even if he did go into Italy, right? You don't have to kill him right now. You still have some time left. You don't need. There's no reason to pull the trigger on chartered carriage and send everybody into Italy just to finish him off now while you can. Stick to his trail. Remember the basics. Deal with the trail first. Dracula's hurt. He's wounded. He's limping around.
What's this?
You've got plenty of opportunities to take down Genoa, take down Marseille, take down wherever he's wolf formed to.
Yeah.
A little bit at a time. But now he's letting the game slip out of control because he didn't deal with Dracula's trail.
Yes, but okay, 2 things I'd like to ask you. I mean, first of all, have you notice that Mina is showing Vampire Lair.
Yes, I did see that. So that's going to provide some relief here.
Yeah.
Much like an
Second question.
aspirin will provide some
Oh,
relief when your arm gets chopped off.
so, secondly, if you are at a port, do you go Pirate Jack? Because both surprising returns have been spent. One was spent for an extra search for Sarah Glosson, and the other was spent to get meet Aggie back. So there's no surprising return for Rufus.
I mean, I think if you're in
So,
if you're like in Le Havre or
but then
something like that,
again,
yeah, you want
I
to.
mean it. But then again, there's Dracula only has to make one more move before he starts scoring points. So I
Yeah,
would feed. So I would do a feed today. Uh,
I wouldn't consider one move or even two moves by sea to be Pirate Drac. I mean, I don't want to quibble over definitions, but I always think Pirate Drac is when he moves by like 3-4 sea zones to kill most of the later week. He doesn't he
yeah,
doesn't need to kill a lot of time at this point. He just needs to kill like a day,
yeah. So in that case,
2
just
days with
feed.
Vampire Lair.
Yeah, feed. I mean, but that's if Mina or Helsing, if in the event Helsing trades it off of her, has a stake. If they don't, and all the stakes are with Goldamian and Mina,
He's not
Goldamian
high
Steward, then yes, Peacemaker is not that dumb. He got originally revealed with wax cylinders. He's not gonna let that happen. He was not the runner-up in the World League for nothing.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna give him the slip here.
Let's not talk too soon. You spoke too soon that the hunters
It's
had
true.
him.
It's
Let's
true.
not.
But it's a shame when the information was sort of on the board. That hypnosis could have sealed it. That
Yeah.
hypnosis could have
Okay. Yeah.
really
See.
changed the game, but instead
All right.
he kind of let it trick him a little bit.
All right.
He tripped himself up with his own card.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the idea, uh, behind fake Wolfhorn to Geneva, because I mean, Peace Wizard knew that uh, that hypnosis is a thing.
Mm-hmm. 51 was likely to be checked. Toulouse was likely to be checked. Nantes was likely to be checked. But 24 would only have been checked on a regular Dracula move. On a wolf form, you don't really check 24 there. And then that's when Dracula can move to Zurich, which would have recently been vacated.
Yeah. So my guess is that he's actually like in like Zagreb's Szeged area.
Mina's drawing a card.
All right. Has he forgotten that you can't play Vampire Lair at night? So Vampire Lair. So that means that unless there's a CG that like forces him out to sea or something, it's game over here and now. And Pizza Wizard has won the game.
Yeah. Crafty. Oh, it's CG.
Oh.
Crafty little wolf form. That crafty little wolf form.
Funny at Amsterdam because it's Pizza Wizard.
But where did he go? Not? Hamburg.
Oh, he's at Hamburg. But that is by no means enough.
Nope.
You
can just go to sea and then land.
GG well
Oh,
played.
not even. He can just move right now. Yeah.
Yeah. GG well played.
Yeah, well played both sides.
Yeah. Peace Wizard takes the round 5 of their rivalry.
So it would seem. Exciting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah. That was definitely a very excellent game.
If only
So
Hypnosis had told him Oh, Van Helsing. If only Hypnosis had told him that Dracula was in Switzerland. I don't know that. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's planned ambush is in place. You got to figure Dracula is going to attack the one guy who doesn't have planned ambush.
Either that or either that, uh, either that or assume that Dracula is going to direct a fang at one of the people who is playing planned ambush, saying that no heavenly host, do a knife for one
Right.
last damage.
Right.
If you have one.
Yeah. Yeah. Could have what could have been. Almost had him. But very very fun game. I mean, Dracula can't
Yeah,
really win if the hunters don't make some kind of mistake. Yeah, is sort of a rule of thumb.
stuck on Athena, huh? Wrong name.
She's a great gal. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you stopping by, and thank you, Fangs of Fire, for co-hosting with me. Always good to have you on the channel. And we'll see you
Always,
next time.
always fun to be here. See you, everyone.
Bye, everybody. See you next time.